Hello, everybody. Whoever may be here shortly. Hello. I'm threatening with a sore throat. It's sort of, that scratchy feeling where you feel like it's going to come at any moment. So, the other day I was really, really chilly. I just could not get warm. In fact, my son had to light the fire for me because I was so cold. And yet nobody else in the house was cold. It was just me. So I definitely think I'm sickening for something, as we say, coming down with something like a bug or something. Hi, Nathan. And today I feel like I've got like a bit of a, the scratchy throat where you haven't quite got a sore throat, but you feel like you might be getting one, yeah? Yeah. So, if you wonder what I'm wearing, I've got a compression glove. It's actually a pair, but I can't really crochet with the other one. Hi, Chris. I find it, my left hand is my worst hand. It's got with the trigger finger and the sore finger that I broke. So I'm only wearing one pressure glove. I did try wearing two while I was just doing something else, but I found I couldn't actually crochet while I was wearing it. So we shall soldier on. Yeah, I've got me drink, I've got me bits and pieces. Hi, Helen. Hi, whoever else is here, because there's 8 people in. So I've got 5 people lurking. So come on, you lurkers, introduce yourselves and say hello. We don't bite. Well, most of us don't bite. Can't say I can say for everybody, but, I don't think I bite, Unless it's something interesting like a chocolate bar, then I would bite. Yeah. Yeah, I've got 8 people in, 4 thumbs up, and only 3 people talking. It's not the same, is it? Oh, hello. Designs by Jean. Oh, don't talk to me about my computer. Designs by Jean. Yeah. I think it's propelled by a rubber band. It's definitely got something going on with it. So, and my camera's as bad. I can't charge the flipping camera up. I've been waiting to take some photographs all week. And every time I look at my camera, it's dead. And I keep having to hold it to get it to charge. So you've got to sit here like that, holding the camera. And it's a bit sort of boring, isn't it? Sitting holding the camera. I'm just working on a dishcloth. I've had orders from my niece moved house yesterday. So I've had orders from her that she wanted some crochet dishcloths. So that's about the limit of my mentality at the moment, is crocheting a dishcloth. It's a bit of an icky colour, isn't it? But still. I have got some white actually, but when I come to look at it, it's like fine. So I tried doubling it up and it was going into all kinds of knots and things. So I thought, no, I don't have the patience for it while I'm actually on here, on here live. What are you doing, Janet? And so I thought, no, I'll find this icky beige colour. So she'll have to have icky beige dishcloths. Yeah, thumbs up number 6 I've got now. Yeah. 12 people in, but only 6 thumbs up, so somebody's slacking. I can't name them because they're not in here, are they? Oh dear. Well, I just started watching Not Quite Enough Yarn by Leslie before I came on here, but I didn't have time to finish it. I'll finish it later. She's going to be knitting or crocheting hats because sadly she's having to go through chemotherapy and she may lose her hair. So I'm losing mine, but it's nothing to do with chemotherapy. It's just losing my hair. I think I'll be bald soon. Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't think I'd suit bald. Some people have got a lovely shaped head, haven't they? And they really suit being bald. But I don't think I'm one of them. I can feel lumps and bumps. You've just watched Leslie, have you? Yeah, I've only watched part of it where she was with her sister, and I had to switch off because I came on here instead. I mean, she's remarkably cheerful, but that's just because she's on the vlog, isn't it? You know, she may not be so cheerful in real life, yeah. Oh, we hate to see people. Cancer is such a flipping... Yeah, stop slacking people. Oh, I've got 7 now, and 2 people have left me. There was 12 in before. Obviously, I'm boring people already, and I've only been on here a few minutes. Deary me. Yeah. I've been watching Stitch by Mrs. D, if everybody else has been watching her. I've watched her and Sheila with her shopping. She won again on bingo, yeah. Oh, thank you, Jean. Sometimes I feel when I come on here, I haven't got anything to say. And you think, am I boring everybody because I've got nothing to say? Why have I got 2 ends coming out the end? Why have I got 2 ends coming out? It's not a good sign, is it? Oh, no, there it is. It's the other end. I don't want to get my ends muddled up. Oh, God. You look at American yarns and they've always got, you know, a thing where the end is, don't they? Hi, Nerdy Stitcher. And yet English yarn, they do not want you to get anything out the middle. They make it so difficult for you. Yeah, with Gary and Ian. It makes me laugh with Ian because that's what my son's called. Ring the bell, Ian, ring the bell. I would never be able to train any of my animals to do anything like that. You know, it'll be ring the bell. What bell? What bell? What? Oh, dear. So how are we all doing? Oh, my voice is going scratchy already. Oh, this could be fun, couldn't it? You taught your cat to say, oh, gosh. Yeah, I can feel my voice already. Oh, my God. This could be a very quiet night, couldn't it? It could be very quiet. Yeah, my niece is finally moved. It's took her about 12 months. Hi, Sophie. All the solicitors and one thing and another. I mean, in America, you have things so much simpler than we do. Buying a house over here is a nightmare, yeah. Oh, gosh. Hopefully it's a benign lump and it's just a matter of a cyst or something. Yeah. The dogs are very prone to getting little lumps in places. He's 10. Well, I was doing the dusting today. Yeah, I do dust occasionally. And I had to dust my Buster's box with his ashes in, so I had a little bit of a cry. You know, it's like, oh, my Buster. So I dusted his box, yeah. He's not in the box, by the way, it's just his ashes, yeah. Don't want you to think I've got a big dog in a box. Yeah, yeah, labs, they do put on weight. Lots of dogs put on weight if you don't watch them. I mean, there's some fat dogs around here, I tell you. You see them waddling down the seafront, and I'm thinking, you know, it's cruel. You're shortening your dog's life. You know, little sausage dogs, and their bellies are nearly scraping the floor. You know, they're giving them too many treats. Ours only get treats once a day. Unless there's a specific reason for them getting them twice a day. But mostly they only get a dental stick. That's their treat. They get it at night before they go to bed, yeah. Oh, my fire. I couldn't stop shivering. Was it Wednesday or something? Was it Wednesday or yes? No, Thursday. Was it yesterday? I could not stop shivering. You know when your hair stands on end because you're so cold? Yeah, ours is in the cupboard. They haven't learned how to open the cupboard yet, so our treats and stuff are in the cupboard. Yeah, we had to keep Buster's in a great big container with a lid, yeah. Cheers. Oh, so hot. Yeah, okay. We're not envious at all, living in the UK with the wind and the rain and the floods and the... We're not, yeah, we're just not jealous of you with your heat. We didn't have a summer, and this Indian summer or late summer they keep promising us. Yes, well, you know, where Nathan was flooded the last week, wasn't it? So we didn't get floods here, thankfully. Just got wind, rain, whatever. Oh, good evening, Linda. Yeah, we'll send you some rain, Nerdy, if you want any. We've got loads over here. I'm sure the people down south that have got the floods would love you to send you. Oh, God, yeah, October, fall, whatever you call it over there. We call it autumn over here. No, we never have that problem of being horrendously dry. Hi, Nancy. Very rare we have horrendously dry weather here. It's that yellow thing that has been missing out of the sky. Look at this lot here. Why is it some yarn you can crochet with it and it never had any problem with knots or anything? Oh, I think our honeybees have got overcoats on over here. We've got their winter fleeces on. Either that, they've gone in hibernation. There's a big spider, actually. It walked up my arm, cheeky spider. I went, ugh, and it's disappeared. I don't know where it's gone. Massive big spider. I saw it out of the corner of my arm, out the corner of my eye, walking up my arm. I do not like spiders. And this one was a big one. It was a big spider. I saw it the other day on the wall, actually. I always get blue bottles. That's flies. They go zoom, zoom. And they make a noise like a zeppelin going by, don't they? Zoom. When I lived at my other house, I once did a live sitting there with a tea towel on my head. And everybody's going, why are you wearing a tea towel on your head? I said, because I'm being dive bombed. And even people on the live could hear it going zoom, zoom. Now, Rosie catches everything. We have to stop her catching wasps. Well, obviously, we don't want her to catch a bee, that they don't come in. But flies, we get loads and loads of flies. Oh, I even bought a lemon sort of verbena lemon geranium plant because they said it deters the flies, but it hasn't deterred. I don't know whether they're supposed to flower, but mine hasn't. I've had it about 18 months now and it's not flowered. I fed it and treated it nicely and talked to it, but it hasn't flowered. At least I'm not like Shan. She's overrun with her plants, isn't she? Hi, Juanita. Shan's overrun with her plants. They keep multiplying on her. She could start a little nursery in her front garden, selling little... Got an itchy nose now. Yeah, she's got a spider plant jungle, hasn't she? Over there, and cactus or whatever it is, yeah. I'm not a lover of cactus. I can't find the I don't mind the ones that flower, but you know the other ones, the spiky things. I can't exactly find them attractive, you know. They're not something I would rush. I don't mind the ones that look like a flower that opens up, yeah. Yeah, my lavender decided to die. I didn't have a lot of it, but it sort of half flowered very, very reluctantly without much, you know, like one little stalk and one little stalk here. I mean, when I lived in Prestwich, I had a massive lavender bush. You know, the bees absolutely loved it, but here it won't seem to grow. I don't know whether it's the salt in the air or what. The lavender here struggles. You know, before I've always had lavender that goes bonkers, yeah. Yeah, well, here we've got the sea, haven't we? And you know, you washing outside here always feels damp to me. It can be a lovely, lovely sunny day, and yet it always feels damp. You know, when you bring it in, I always have to like air it off. I haven't bothered putting my washing outside today. It's inside in the bedroom on the air. Because at least, you know, there's any little bit of warmth, it comes through that window and dries everything. You do well with cactuses if it's always dry, wouldn't you? It's a pity you don't live near Shan, isn't it? You could have had some of hers, yeah. Because she's like overrun with the damn things, isn't she? I'm not much of a gardener, I've got to admit. I really do not have green fingers. My mum could do, she'd just get anything, a bit of a twig and stick it in the ground and it would grow. You know, she's just, my mother was just, you know, I've got an itchy nose, why? She just could grow anything, my mum. Nothing ever died on her. Whereas me, I've only got to look at something and it dies, yeah. I've managed to keep 2 potted plants virtually alive, which is a bit of a thing for me, yeah. I've got one in my bedroom that's hanging by a thread. That's a bit of a cactusy thing, but he's not doing very well at all. Oh, God, look at the middle of this. It's bamboo. It's whose bamboo? King Cole bamboo. Bit of a yucky colour, isn't it? Yeah. Bit of a icky beige colour. It's, yeah, it's bamboo, but it's making, something's making me twitch, yeah. You like -10? Oh, God, no. I like 80 degrees, me, whatever that is in C's. 70 to 80 degrees is what I function at. Anything less than that, and I'm cold. Oh, God, you know, you watch something on YouTube and it drifts off to something else. And it was about these people in the, I don't know where it was, the Arctic or the Antarctic. And she was there in this big coat. She could hardly move, doing her chores, you know, and beating the snow off her teepee thing. And she was actually about to give birth, but the helicopter couldn't land to pick her up to take her to the hospital. So she had to give birth in this blooming tent. And she was dressed in a million layers. It was obviously too cold to take anything off to have this baby. And I'm thinking, my God, some people do have it rough, don't they? I'd be like, no, I ain't having this baby here. Get me out of here. I mean, the helicopter arrived after the baby had been born, yeah. But I was like, blooming heck. There's no way I'd have had a baby in that cold weather. I mean, how the hell did a baby survive in that? Like hypothermia, isn't it? Yeah, they had it wrapped in some kind of a skin and that went after it had been born. I don't mean a human skin, I mean an animal skin. And they were carrying it out to the helicopter through this blizzard of snow. And I'm like, how the hell did the helicopter land there? I mean, we've only got to have a little bit of snow here, haven't we? And all the trains stop and all the planes stop and everything. This blooming helicopter's landing in this blizzard to take this woman to hospital. I'm thinking, oh, I don't want to live there. Why would people want to live there? I've actually got some sour cream and chive crisps today because I didn't want my tea. I think somebody must have trodden on this packet. They're a bit squashed. Oh, a little bit. I didn't want any taste. I just felt a bit iffy. My son had made a nice tea. He'd made like a shepherd's pie. But I just couldn't face it. I'm sure they'll keep my bit till tomorrow. Maybe I'll fancy it tomorrow. I mean, one day I didn't eat at all. I think it was Tuesday I didn't eat anything. That's not like me. I must have been sickening for something, you know. Oh, I've got loads and loads of hearts floating up. Thank you very much, whoever's giving me lovely hearts. Yeah. I've got 27 people in and only 13 thumbs up. Come on, come on, come on. Wave them thumbs in the air. Why have I got a dirty thumb? Oh, I know. I've been eating cherries. I've got a purple thumb and finger. You're having ham, yeah. Yeah, we were having shepherd's pie, but I just didn't fancy it. I've been eating cherries. I did fancy something like that. I don't know why, if I'm feeling a bit off colour, I like fruit. I don't know if anybody else likes fruit. Yeah, call the slackers. Come on. 29 people in and 16 thumbs up. Come on, slackers. I don't ask for anything. I don't ask for your life savings. Don't ask for money. I don't even ask you for anything except a thumbs up, yeah. It's not too much to ask, is it? Yeah, I like grapes, yeah. I didn't buy any this time, though. There are some grapes in the fridge, but I've got blackberries and cherries. I didn't buy any strawberries this I bought strawberries last week and they all went fuzzy. Yeah, I could do with your life savings if you've got any. Then I could maybe buy a new camera and a new PC, and then I wouldn't be on pins every week, wondering if I'm going to stay on all night, or whether I'm going to vanish at any moment in time. It must be nice. You know, I wouldn't want to be super duper rich, but it must be nice to just be able to say, I think I'll go and get a new camera, and not have to think about it, not have to plot. Well, if I have a new camera, I can't do this or I can't do that. Or if I get a new PC, then I'm sure, you know, it's been lovely. You know, to just think, right, I'm going to order a new camera and just stick it on the Amazon list and not have to worry about it. It must be lovely. Still, never mind. I'll never be a high roller. I never have been and I never will be. I get by, and that's the main thing, isn't it? We shouldn't moan. There's a lot of people who don't get by, isn't there? So we shouldn't moan. I can feed myself. I can even buy a wool occasionally. When it comes to a big expense like a new camera and that, you have to think, don't you? Well, I do anyway. I'm sure you do as well. Unless you're all high rollers and you just keep it from them. Are you all rich? Please tell me, are you all rich? Yeah? Oh my God. 50,000. I bet they get some beggars. I'd be happy with one. I'd be happy with 1,000. If I had 1,000, I could get a new camera, I could get a new PC. Then it'd be like, hey, everybody, I've got new things. Woohoo! Hi, Connie. I've got a scratchy throat, and I'm not helping by eating crisps. Well, even, what do you call it, has anything to do with it? If Starmer has anything to do with it, she won't get 50,000, will she? You'll have to take the offer. Used it to buy his wife some new clothes. Seeing as you might not get given any more for her. It's disgusting, isn't it? You know, she get given all them thousands of pounds worth of clothes. He's rich enough to buy his wife, her own clothes. You don't need to have handouts. They make me sick, don't they? That's why the rich are so rich, isn't it? Because they're all on the blooming take. Take off the poor, don't they? So we can have big salaries and pay their own heating bills. I think it's disgusting. All those dresses and stuff she got given. Oh, I don't know. Oh, they're all on the fiddle. I don't care what party they're from. I don't care what country they're from. I don't trust any of the politicians. They've all got their hand in the till, haven't they? I mean, these so-called poor nations abroad and that. You look at the leaders, they're riding around, aren't they, in fantastic cars with designer suits on and stuff. And yet the poor people in the streets have got nothing to eat, you know. It's the same all over the world. I don't know how they can live with themselves. How they can sleep easy in their bed when they're taking all the time out, food out of the mouths of the poor people. Not a level playing field, is it, anywhere in the world? I'm not just talking about the UK. Hi, Cena. It probably always has been. You're probably right, Nerdy, but we're finding out about it more, aren't we, now? Because there's more people that will whistleblow. More people that will tell the truth that don't want to be covered up, you know. They're all ruthless. You're right, Connie. They are, honestly. I'm all right, Jack. That used to be a saying, didn't it? I think, I don't know if it was after the war or what. It used to be a saying in the UK, I'm all right, Jack. Yeah. In other words, if I'm all right, who cares about anybody else? Yeah. Very selfish. You generally find that the poorer a person is, the more they will give you. If you go to somebody's house and they really don't have much money, they will offer you a sandwich, they will offer you a drink, yeah? And yet you probably find the richer people are, you won't get offered anything, yeah? It's always been that way. I mean, I was brought up in rationing and stuff like that. Oh, I tell you, did you see on my Facebook, I put a YouTube video of a lady that was talking about the clothing ration. I had no idea. I mean, I knew about the food rationing because I was born in 45 and the food rationing didn't end until 54. So, I mean, I had a lot of it, but I didn't know how much the clothing allowance, how little that people couldn't buy clothes unless you were like black market or whatever. But I was amazed. Oh, shush, whoever's sending me messages. I was amazed how few, you had to have clothing coupons and everything. Oh, it's from somebody. One of the girls who's not going to come to Knit Club anymore. No, it wasn't you for a change, Nerd. It's usually either you or Nathan that sends me messages in the middle of my lives, yeah. Yeah. No, but I mean, I was amazed, like, like, sort of like 2 pairs of knickers for the year, I'm like, what? And you would have to save up for about 4 months to have enough coupons to get a dress. It would do these sort of influences or whatever good, to be put back onto, I don't say a ration, but I mean to know just what hardship people went through, our parents and grandparents went through. I mean, I remember, like having my dresses and things being made from hand-me-downs and jumble sales that I think I've mentioned before, that the material, the fabric that was used on my dresses was totally inappropriate for a little girl. It was like old lady print, like big cabbage roses and stuff, And I used to beg for, little girl prints, that, but, obviously my mum probably didn't have the coupons, yeah. And make do amend. I mean, that's where I get my frugality. I hate to go to shops and pay the price of something new unless it's underwear. I just can't bear to spend that much. I go to Marks and Spencer's and look at the dresses, and some of them are like £39, £49, and I'm like, no, I'm not paying that for a dress. I have done in the past when it's been for a wedding or something like that, but I just couldn't justify spending £49 on a dress. A winter coat, maybe, because it will last you a few winters, because I'm not that fashion conscious that I would change my coat every season or something like that. Like these rich women. Oh, it's last year's coat you're wearing. Yeah, of course, it's not last year's coat, dear. It's about 3 years ago coat. My best coat is about 12 years old, actually. It doesn't come out very often because it's a full-length cashmere navy blue coat. But I did get it second-hand. Don't tell anybody, but I did. Pre-loved, as they call it, yeah. But I just balk at paying for things, I don't know. I don't know whether you're the same or what. If it isn't a bargain, if it isn't in the sale, if it isn't pre-loved, I just don't have it. And that's the end of it, yeah. I mean, I've had 1 or 2 good pieces that were bought for me by my family. And I've said to them, don't buy me little presents. All of you put money in and buy me a coat, So like 6 people might join in and buy me a coat. I don't expect them to buy me little presents and that. But now we decided as we got older, we don't buy presents anymore. So that's out the window now. But that's how I got my Doc Martin boots. I would have never paid £120 for a pair of boots. But I'll treasure those boots and I will wear them and I will wear them. They're about 6 years old now. But if you know Doc Martens, they don't wear out. They're meant to last. You can't wear a pair of Doc Martens out if you try. Well, I can't anyway. I did buy a new pair of trainers. I got them in the sale, very much reduced. My God, they pinch my toes. Wished I'd have bought a second-hand pair that somebody had broken in. I need somebody with bigger feet than me to squash the feet in them and stretch them out for me. I've done shoe stretching stuff. You know, that shoe stretcher, I've sprayed them with that, but they're still rubbing my little toe. Maybe I should stick them in a bucket of water and then put them on with thick socks. Stretch them that way. That's the trouble, you see. Things are not proper leather anymore. When you had leather shoes, you could do that. You could stretch them out. And they were great. But now everything's made of this plastic stuff. Leather or whatever they call it. These trainers say animal skin on them, but I don't know which animal because it's certainly not leather. Is there a plastic animal? Because I think that's what they're made of. But they're not stretching at all and they're not giving. My poor little toe. I should explain, I did break my little toe years ago. So, you know when you get a bunion on your big toe? Well, I think I've got like a bunion on my little toe, yeah. Oh gosh, yeah, Jean. If I paid that, yeah, it would have to last me a few years as well. My winter coat's about, my winter anorak's about 5 years old, I think. I have bought a couple of jackets. I have bought a couple. Oh, I've got my fleece back, by the way. That lady's finally put my zip in for me. My black fleece. It's lovely and warm. That's a few years old, but I think I told you Trixie nibbled the zip. Right in the middle. Should have done it at the top or the bottom. It would have been fine. I could have wangled my way around it, but no, she nibbled it right in the middle. So I had to unpick the other zip, get a zip, pin that one in, and then my sewing machine wouldn't sew it. So I finally took it to a tailoress. She charged me £10 to put the zip in. Still, I would have never been able to wear that jacket otherwise. So I've got my fleece back now. It was a really good fleece and all. I paid a lot for it when I had money. So I was a bit upset. You know, it's not a cheap, thin fleece. It was a really big polar fleece. My other coat, it's donkey's years old. The zip's going on that as well. You know, when you're trying to put it in at the bottom. I'm really struggling to get it to zip up now. It's like coming apart, you know, where you put it together. I feel like kind of sewing it, but then you'd have to climb in it, wouldn't you? You know, instead of taking it off like that way, you'd have to climb in if you sew it together. I've done that before today. Don't know whether you have. Sewn it together so it doesn't go down to the bottom and pulls apart. I don't really fancy, because I know my machine won't sew it, you know, and I can't sew it. I couldn't sew the other one by hand. I couldn't even get my needle through all the thicknesses of fleece. It was that thick. This other coat, it's a, you know, a really good waterproof, fully lined one. Yeah, you know, I can't stand on one leg, Connie, so that should be fun, shouldn't it? Trying to climb in a coat. The things you do. I did see another coat in the charity shop, but it was, I think they wanted about $14.99 for it. And I thought, that's kind of pricey. And it didn't have a hood. I like coats with a hood. You know, in case you get caught in the rain or something, I like coats with a hood. Yeah, baby snowsuit. I could do one of them, like a siren suit. Like they used to wear walk, using the war. If you watch that little video, she talks about that siren suits. They were called that because when the siren went to tell you of an imminent airstrike, if you were wearing your pajamas or something like that, you put on this zippy thing. It's like an all-in-one. Yeah. I thought if I could have afforded it, get one of those ski things, those all-in-one padded ski things for wearing on my scooter when it's bad weather. What do they call them? Salopettes, don't they, or whatever? They're like fancy dungarees, aren't they? But thick, yeah. I don't think we have many of those at the second-hand shopping. In Fleetwood, I don't think many people go skiing. Oh dear. Maybe I should look on eBay one day. Yeah. Wearable sleeping bag. Yeah. I've seen them for people who are in wheelchairs, like little sleeping bags where you put them on. I used to have one actually. I think it's in the shed. It's like a baby's for the bottom half of you that you zip it. I couldn't get in it. Couldn't zip it up when I stood in it, yeah. But then you see, of course, you couldn't get out of it again when you wanted to go in a shop. What I've got now is actually like a big waterproof apron thing with fur lining that you put round you, tuck round it, fastens round your waist with a belt. It's actually meant for somebody riding, I don't mean a mobility scooter, I mean a proper scooter, yeah. It's actually meant for somebody on a motor scooter. Yeah. Got a bit done. It's a bit see-through, isn't it? But I'm sure it'll be fine. Yeah, I must find that. I'm sure I still got it. It's in the garage, I think. It's just like a baby's fur. Like you put a baby in a pushchair. Irene used to have one when he was little. You slide them in and then you zip them up. Yeah, I had one of those. I've forgotten about that. And I've also got my great big cape. Yeah, it's like a cozy toes, yeah. I've also got my great big cape. So I go down the seafront like a galleon in full sail because it flaps about like a manta ray. Woo! That's stupid, that. And it has a hood thing that keeps coming over my face. I had that for when I didn't have a top on my scooter. It's purple as well. Purple. You know me and my love for purple. I've actually thought of getting clothes pegs, and pegging it down. It's not so bad. I'm not too bad. My friend, we have to decide whether it's going to be. I've got a foot muff. I've got one of those, like, the big slipper, like Billy Connolly advertises. I've got a big slipper. I've got one of them. It's over there. Gigi used to use it as a bed. He used to curl up inside it when I had the Chihuahua. He used to go in. It looks like a little polar bear. It's got ears on it. It's like the big slipper where you put both feet in at once. It's over there, actually. But Gigi used to use it as a bed. I could never get my feet in it because he was always in it. He used to go right in it, his little head be poking out. He was cute. Oh, there was a little Chihuahua in Fleetwood the other day. It was 10 weeks old. It was so tiny. It was a lovely little thing. Yeah, Gigi. No, I got upset today when I was dusting Buster's little Ashes box. I was like, oh, my Buster. I do miss that dog. You always have one, don't you? One animal that was in your life that you remember more than any. I mean, I've had cats and I've had other dogs and things, but Buster was the dog. Yeah. Bless him. He was a pain in the backside at the end, but I wouldn't have changed him for anything. No. Hey, my son had the Rottweiler was his Sky. She was his dog. He misses her more than anything. If I was to ask him which dog he misses the most, he would say Sky. As you say, we've all got one dog, haven't we? Or one cat. Or maybe one parrot. I don't know what you've had. I don't think, well, I never got attached to mice. We've had mice, we've had goldfish. But I never really got attached to the mice. They were smelly things then. Oh, they do. I mean, you lost your Fenty, didn't you, Nathan? Fenty Foo. Hi, Jane. How are you? You managed to come on before I was going today, then, Jane. Jane usually comes in and says hi just as I'm going. I feel awful when people do that, when they come in just as I'm deciding I'm going off. I feel really mean. But I've already decided to go off before they come on. Yeah. Yeah. Shall I eat the rest of my cherries? Shall I get more purple fingers? I haven't got many left, actually. They're really expensive. I think they cost me £4 for a little punnet. They're nice little cherries, though, aren't they? But they're so expensive, aren't they? Mm? They're lovely, these cherries. Marks and Spencer's are, they would be, wouldn't they? Yeah, Marks and Spencer's. £4 for a little punnet. Not even a big punnet, and it wasn't full. I'll have to start doing a Sheila, won't I? Start going to Aldi and Lidl. I don't know where our Lidl is. I know we've got a Lidl. I'm sure we have a Lidl. We haven't got a Tesco or a Sainsbury's. We've got an Asda. But that's in Fleetwood. Over by Freeport. It's not as easy to get to for me. I'm going to get black teeth now. It's a good job that woman's not coming on into it. She's saying, you should clean your teeth. You don't want to see me take the stone out, do you? I'm a snob with food. I wish I wasn't. Because Marks and Spencer's is so expensive. I do go in Aldi though. Not that much of a snob. I was thinking about you, Jane, the other day. There was an advert, I get adverts on Facebook for these crocheted nutcracker doll things. I thought, shaded like these. I'm useless at anything to do with amigurumi. The most I've ever done is the chickens. They were a struggle. I've still got to make 2 more chickens for my friend. I keep putting it off. I'll have to get my niece's new address and then I can post her these disc cross. They won't be that expensive because they don't weigh heavy. Because she'll be settling in for quite a few weeks, I would imagine, yeah. Hi, cows. Hi, cows. I tend to pop in Marks's for bits and bobs. I can't do my whole shopping in there. Too expensive, isn't it? Hi, cows. How are you doing? It's been a bit iffy, Cat. I think I'm coming down with a bug or something. You know, when you're shivery shaking, you've got a scratchy throat. That's how I've been this week. I'm not much good with toys. I really am not. It's not my forte. I think the thing is I don't crochet tight enough. You've got to be a lovely tight crochet to do toys, really. Otherwise the stuffing pokes through and they're wobbly, aren't they? They've got to be really firm and rigid, don't they, to be. I mean, one of the girls, well, 2 of the girls at Knit Club, they can do really nice firm toys, yeah. Yeah, well, I watched Sheila, as you know, we all watch Sheila. And she said she was like that the other day. She was feeling shivery and that. Hi, Val. Have you noticed Val's got Val now? She's not got Eric anymore. She's managed to work out how to be Val. Yeah, I think it's the weather, Kaz. I think you're right there. I just can't pull my crocheting tight enough. I'm rubbish at tight crocheting. My nail polish is worn off. I've been dusting and packing and doing all sorts of things, and I'm no good with nail polish. And I don't like that gel stuff because you can't get it off, can you? Ocean green and black with a bit of white. Is that flecked together, or are you doing it with different colours? Hi, Ethan. Ask Cherry. All gone now. I remember years ago, I'm going back 30 years ago, we didn't get such a variety of yarn in the UK back then. Plain colours, and that was about it. And I got a magazine called McCall's Knitting and Crochet, and it was American. And they had this lovely yarn, and it was very, very thick. And it was all different colours, like blended together. So I got all these colours of like 4-ply, which is like fingering to you if you're in America. And I put red, orange, and pink together and knitted it all as one strand. And honestly, I started a trend in the wool shop. Everybody was buying this 4-ply and blending the 3 colours together. They're like twisted. Let's do another one of them. Man, it's more difficult to find all the bright colours now in 4-ply. Same because everybody's doing it for socks, aren't they? I know it's been terrible over here, Kaz. It's been really windy and rainy on some days, yeah. Yeah, I must do another one. It works up like a chunky, Jane, and it was lovely. And it was colours that you would not think went together. It was like a bright pink, an orange, and a red. And I can't remember what the colour was. I think there was 3 or 4. I think there was 3 colours I put together. One of the girls I worked with, she was a green fan. She did all shades of like greens together. And everybody that came in the shop was saying, "Oh, that's gorgeous wool. Have you got that wool in?" And we're saying, "No, you have to make your own." We did a roaring trade in 4-ply that year. And it was back in the day where it was wool, but it was crepe. Do you remember crepe? You don't see it now, really. But crepe, it's like a reverse twist on the yarn, and my goodness, does that wash well. It doesn't pill, it doesn't go all fluffy. I don't think they make it. Wash and wear used to be crepe. Serdar. Wash and wear, that used to be crepe. I don't know whether it is anymore, but it doesn't pill. It's marvellous stuff. We always used to say they stopped doing it because it was pricing itself. People made garments, and of course they didn't wear out. So they weren't knitting or crocheting enough of them. You made yourself a garment, you know, in crepe, and it lasted and lasted. Yeah. Yeah, I wish we could get the crepe now. It really did wear. It's built-in obsolescence these days, isn't it? They don't want you to get anything that lasts, do they? Oh, you're tackling the jumper again? Oh, good. Yeah, my mum made mine, yeah. Oh, hi, Yolanda. Sorry, I didn't see you sneaking. Oh, dear. Yeah, they don't want us to keep stuff forever, do they, anymore? They want us to buy cheap, well, it's not cheap, is it? But buy stuff that goes fluffy and then we throw it out, yeah. Wash and wear used to be crepe. I don't know whether it still is. Yeah. Once you get this, oh yeah. I haven't got, I don't know whether it's that I'm not concentrating or what, but I find it so hard to do. You know, I used to do quite complex patterns and I used to do them while I was talking to people knitting in the shop. You know, and but now my brain, it doesn't work, you know. It just, you know, I used to do errands and used to do everything. Oh, I'm only making a dishcloth. I've had requests from my niece who's just moved house, and I had requests. We were talking one day about crochet dishcloths, and she said, "Oh, will you make me some in cotton?" So that's what I'm doing. But unfortunately, it's a bit of a horrible colour beige, isn't it? I need to find some more white. I think I've got some more white dishcloth cotton in the shed if I go and have a look. I did find some more white cotton, but it's thin. And I was trying to knit 2 strands, to crochet 2 strands together when I first came on here, and it was getting in a big knot, so I gave up and fished out this beige instead. Not very thrilling, but it's only for a dishcloth, isn't it? So I'm sure she'll put up with it until I find the white, yeah. I used to love doing cables and errands and stuff. Yeah, we've got Nathan in here and we've got Chris in here. I think we've just got the 2 guys. 2 guys at the moment. No Shad yet, no. Oh, the doggies are on the move. They must be coming down for a wee. That means they'll come bustling in the door at any minute. You know, Rosie always has to call in to say hello. My aunt was a fantastic Aran knitter. Oh, she was so neat. My mum's sister. I've got a long cream jacket with a hood, not a hood, a cowl collar that she made for me. It's beautiful. She was such a neat knitter. I've never been that neat. I've always been a knitter, but never been as neat as my mum and my auntie. Their tension was just perfect, absolutely perfect. I'm a bit of a scruffy knitter. You know, I tend to have uneven tension. I'm not too bad if I'm doing a pattern, but if I'm doing stocking stitch, it's like ridges. You can tell which is a knit row and which is a purple. Yeah, my mum and her sister, they were such neat knitters. My mum's stocking stitch used to look as though it had been done on a machine. Well, you've seen some of the things she's knitted for me that I've still got and worn. Yeah. Oh, no, I'm a better crocheter than my mum. She was never a great crocheter. But knitting, no. I'll never be as good as my mum for knitting. As I say, it used to look like she'd done it on a knitting machine. People used to swear that, you know, things that she'd made, she'd done it on the machine. I need to get my machine sorted out. I was given a machine, but it had been in a loft for ages. So it needs stripping down and all the needles cleaning and sanding and that. And I keep saying I'm going to do it, but so far, no, I haven't. It's going to be a long task, if you know what I mean. You know, cleaning it all off and doing it all off. It's never something I've ever really done because I've always had new machines and looked after them, and they've never gone. I won't say it's gone rusty, but it's obviously been in a loft for such a long time that it needs attention. Yeah, because they do knit such lovely plain. I didn't buy it, Jean. I got it given to me. Oh, my doll's house. Yeah, I've got the paint for that. That's still there. Yeah, I've got a doll's house to paint. I've got all the furniture for it in a box. But I bought a doll's house on eBay that needs renovating, and it needs painting, and it needs all renovated inside. It's tatty. I mean, I got it for not much money, but it needs a complete revamp, this doll's house. It needs wallpapering and flooring and everything. I've got all the doll's house furniture from my other old doll's house that I had. But my other doll's house was a modern one. But this one's like a three-story, old-fashioned looking doll's house. But it obviously needs a lot of attention. So, yeah, Sue got it for me. I could not find one anywhere near where I lived. So she said, well, if you can find one in Scotland that's not too far away from me, I'll pick it up for you. One, oh God, it's either 112 or 124. I think it's 112. I've got all the furniture. Well, I've got loads of furniture. Whether I've got enough because my other doll's house wasn't quite as big. But until I get it all decorated, I'm not even buying any more furniture. It's still all packed in a box from when I moved it. It's never been unpacked because I gave the other doll's house the the pink modern one, I gave it to my step granddaughter who was working at a nursery at the time. So she took it to the nursery. So I gave this one's pink. So I've got like aubergine coloured purpley paint, and it also needs the windows painting because they've all gone yellowed. But inside it's really tatty. It needs, you know, wallpapering and floor, you know, the flooring putting down. And I've just never got around to it. I mean, this year I was going to paint it outside because obviously you don't want the smell of paint, you know, in the house, do you? And it was in the shed, so I couldn't paint it in the shed. So then I got my son to bring it in. And it's been in my annexy bit of the bedroom ever since, but I still haven't painted it. I brought the brushes, bought the paint, yeah. I know somebody else said they would, if they lived closer, they would love to do the doll's house. I said, oh, God, I wish you did live closer and you get me. I think if somebody was there to start me off, you know, I'd do it. Oh, yeah, Maggie Smith. Yeah, she was a brilliant actress. I believe she was a bit of a character, but she's sad. I mean, she was 89, bless her, wasn't she? She would have been 90, I think, this November or Christmas, yeah. But she was a great actress. The bit I loved most about her was when she did The Woman in the Van, or The Lady in the Van. It's a film with that she'd lived in. I mean, it was a true story, not about Maggie, but yeah, it was a true story about some lady who did live in a van. Yeah, yeah. I wish you would, Carol, and then you could. Somebody could help me paint my doll's house. It's just getting started. I know when I get started, I'll probably be all right. It's just like cutting the wallpaper into it and sticking it. And yeah, she was much younger then, wasn't she? I've never really watched Downton Abbey. I know it's an awful thing to confess. Yeah, the lady in the van was brilliant. Yeah. Yeah, you need to come and, well, if we had the blooming weather, Connie, you know, while you're camping in my garden, you'd have to put up with the dogs, wouldn't you? The dogs would be giving you a helping hand. Oh, yeah, I wish some of the people that are on here did live closer to me, that we could all have like a retreat, you know? That's always been my aim in life. If I ever won the lottery, I would have loved a house with like a barn attached to it, or a great, huge, like garage annex. And then I could hold like um, knitting weekends, you know what I mean? Retreats, do they call them? You know, where everybody's like comes and meets. You're only 2.5 hours from me. Well, you know, when the weather improves next year, Jane, we'll have to have words. No point coming in this weather. You get blown away. You know, that's always been my ideal, you know, to have it set up. I mean, in where my nieces moved to in Garstang, there's a craft shop there. And inside the craft shop, she's got this huge table. And it's got chairs round it. And she has like classes, you know, for needle felting, for crocheting, for amigurumi, stuff like that. She has that. And that's what I would love. I mean, I'm not saying I could teach. I mean, I couldn't, but I mean, you could get other people who were interested in that sort of thing, you know, to come and do an amigurumi course or something like that. I mean, you might have to charge for the lady who was holding it, if she was an expert or something. But I'm sure everybody wouldn't mind chipping in, and staying. But it'll never happen because I'll never win the lottery. Unlike Jane's acquaintance who won that, what was it? How many million did she win on the bingo? I don't think my biggest win was about £49. I don't think that would really buy me much, would it? I've got my bus pass until, Starmer takes it off me. And I've got my blue badge now. My blue badge has come now. I don't have a car, but I've got a blue badge. So if anybody takes me anywhere, I've got a blue badge. Yeah. We've got the budget to come, haven't we? Starmer might be. Yeah. Oh, if we can you imagine if we all went to Sheila's bingo and we won? Sheila wouldn't be talking to us, would she? I can't win a flipping raffle, me. I could not win anything. I went to a raffle once and there was about 8 prizes and there was only like 10 people had turned up this particular night and I didn't win one. One lady won 3. That's my luck, isn't it? You think like 8 prizes and 10 people there that, the luck of the draw, you'd win one, wouldn't you? No, I didn't win one. No, I can't. I can't win nothing. I've had premium bonds since 19 whatever, when they first came out. I haven't won anything. I even went, when I came here, I got them all. And I got, the premium bonds to check my numbers, to make sure I hadn't won in the past and missed it. No, I've never won. They checked my numbers for me and said, sadly, none of my numbers had ever come up. And you think, shall I just cash them all in or what? Not that I've got that many. But Sheila's always winning on the premium ones. But not me. Tell me about it. Yeah, some people are just lucky, aren't they, Nathan? And it isn't me. You got the one without a saying, did you? Ooh, see, you're a lucky one there, Linda. A manicure set and some smellies. I did win something once in a raffle. I think I put it back though, because it was little, little like shot glasses or schooner glasses or something. I've not won at all, Linda. You've won more than me. I've got loads of premium bonds, yeah. All bought at different times, The idea, I think, is you're supposed to have them in a block. You found what, nerdy? What you've been looking for? Yeah, I got some new compression gloves. The other ones I had in grey were too tight. So I measured my wrist for these, and I'm finding these okay. Although I can't wear the right one when I'm crocheting. Oh, you Celtic not cross stitch. I watch a lovely Japanese lady who does lovely embroidery. I get mesmerised watching her videos, and she just does this stitching. And I'm just watching her do this stitching. I don't know why I find her so mesmerising. Celtic or Celtic? It's I would say Celtic if it's the football team, and Celtic if it's. Oh dear. Oh, I don't know what's wrong with mine. Touching wood. It's been on for 2 weeks. Don't know. I bought myself a new power lead, put it on, and it didn't work. So I put the old power lead back on again, And since then, it's been okay. Oh, you thought you'd won? Oh, that'd be me. That'd be me. Yeah, it's been on, but I know it's not going to last, Jean. It's not going to last. It'll go off again, and I know it will. But at the moment, I just don't have spare money. I don't want you to feel sorry for me. I'm just saying, I haven't had anything because I haven't made any videos, so there's no money due. I don't get much. I get 60 quid about every 3 months from YouTube, but I haven't made any videos for well over a month, so there's nothing even accruing for me. So I can't even say that it's building up for me because it's not. I feel a chocolate coming on. It could be the power cut. It could be something. I think one of the leads or something isn't connecting properly. It's not my power thing because I bought a new one. And this didn't work either, so I put the old one back on again. So I've got a new one that I never used. I just like to waste money, But I'll never have any money because I had to buy new inks for my printer. £32. 32. Because my printer will not have generic. It won't do it. I've got to have the proper HP ones or it won't work. 32 quid. I'll never be rich, will I? Oh dear. I'm going to have a Turkish delight. I don't know what it is, Kaz. I'm not computer savvy. It's probably something and nothing, and I don't know what it is. It annoys me because I bought black the other week because the black had run out, but my printer won't print. Even if I'm printing black and white, my printer will not print unless the colours are there as well. It's annoying, isn't it? If you've got black ink in it, you would think you could make it print black and white, wouldn't you? But it won't. Oh God, it's as old as the hills, this thing. What was it? I can't think what it was now. It's pearl, I think. I think it was done in pearl. It's really old. I crocheted it when we had the shop. That's how old it is. And my buttons are faded. They were the same colour. But they've gone like a pale colour now. Don't look too bad. This is actually emerald green. It doesn't look it on. And the buttons are the colour that you can see. They were emerald green when I started off. But I'm sure it was pearl. I think it was Peyton's pearl. They don't do it anymore now. Still got the pattern somewhere. But it is, I don't know why it looks turquoise on the camera, but it's actually emerald green. I just love Turkish delight. How come I can't eat my tea? Yeah, I can eat Turkish delight and cherries. This is nice. I don't like the colour, but this is nice. King Cole bamboo. No, the pearl was lovely. It's synthetic, but it has like that twist kind of to it. And it's not really pulled up to say how old it is. You know, I mean, underneath the arms, it's not pulled up. Lovely, isn't it? I love it. Everybody says, oh, it's like eating perfume, but no, it's not. I love it. I bought some when I was in Turkey many, many years ago. So disappointing. It was horrible. Proper Turkish delight from Turkey, and it was horrible. We threw it all away. Nobody would eat it. And I brought a few boxes back, you know, for my friends. And they all said, oh, God, what did you get that for? It's awful. And it was terrible. No, just Turkish delight. No nuts, no raisins. I've never seen Turkish delight with nuts and raisins in it. I didn't eat my tea. Didn't want it because I didn't feel well. So I ate some cherries for my tea. I've not been eating this week. I've been picking at bits and pieces. But I've not wanted anything big. I've not wanted a meal. I think the biggest meal I had was when I went to the Ferry Cafe. I had a poached egg on toast. And that's the biggest meal I've had this week, I think. Oh, I don't like coconut. Ugh. That sounds like nugget or nougat. We always called it nugget until we found out it was French and it was nougat. Hi, Gloria. I don't like coconut and I don't like pineapple. I'm a weirdo. Lots of things I don't like, as everybody else likes. I don't like curry. Bush baked beans? What the heck are bush baked beans? I'll eat corn on the cob, but that's about it. I don't like things made with corn. I don't eat many baked beans. And I only like Heinz. Baked beans always remind me of Gene Wilder when they're all sitting around the campfire. I don't like chili, and I've never had refried beans. I don't like spicy food. I'm a weird one. Everybody else likes chili con carne and stuff like that. Spaghetti bolognese and stuff, and I don't like any of it. I'm a really plain eater. I don't like herbs and spices. I hate it when they put spices and herbs and stuff in your dinner. Ugh. Especially dried herbs. Ooh, ick. Yeah, I don't like it. We call it coriander over here, but we don't like that. I don't like many herbs at all. I don't mind mint, but that's about it. I'm just a plain cook, plain eater. My family here likes spicy stuff. I don't. They love curry. Ooh, ick. I like bland. I like salt and pepper and things. But I'm just not a lover of anything spicy at all. I'm a mashed potato type of girl. Although I try not to eat much kind of stuff like that because, obviously carbohydrates for weight reasons and diabetes reasons. I just like plain. I don't even like bread with bits in, you know, black bread and oatmeal bread and all that stuff. I just don't like it. All right, Kaz. Yeah. Have some beauty sleep for me, love, as well. I'm getting bags under my eyes. So do a bit of beauty for me. I'm getting really baggy eyes. And I don't know why. I'm having enough sleep, so I think. Yeah. I'm getting me 8 hours in. Maybe I should have 10. I've tried concealers, but they just make my eyes look worse. They just like sit in the cracks, don't they? Sit in the crinkles when you get to my age, yeah. If you put concealer underneath. I mean, when I was working, I even bought that touchy claw, which is supposed to be the bee's knees of concealers. And it still went into all the creases and made me look even worse. Hey, never mind. We are what we are. I don't think I get 8 hours every night. I'm a beggar for. I'll either fall asleep watching the TV, but then when I get in bed, I'm awake. So I maybe sleep from like 1 or half 1 to about 8 o'clock in the morning. So probably I probably get about 6 or maybe 7 hours of sleep. I should get more, I think. But then if I sleep too long, I can't move. I sort of stiffen up, when I'm trying to move in the morning. It's like, a machine that needs oiling. It's like creak, creak, creak. My knees are creaking and my back's creaking. I need like a shot of adrenaline before I can get out of bed. Terrible, isn't it? When you're young, you used to leap out of bed, didn't you? Ready to greet the day. Now it's more like, oh, look at the clock and crawl out. Yeah, it is, honest to God. At least I'm not as bad as Z, because Z's got rheumatoid arthritis. Mine's osteo. They do swell up a bit. That's why I'm wearing my compression gloves. This finger and that finger are really bad at the minute. They're really painful. But I mean, Z knuckles swell up, don't they? Because rheumatoid is terrible. Thankfully, I've not got that. Osteo's bad enough. Not slugging it off lightly. It's sometimes it kicks you in the backside. Yeah. It's because I live in a cold, damp atmosphere. When I go on holiday abroad, which is not very often, but whenever I've been abroad, everything's so much easier. My back pain is a lot easier. It's almost like my back's on holiday as well. It's like, whoa, can I live here, please? Yeah, I watched that. She fell over, didn't she? She put her foot down a hole in her lawn. Well, she was watering her lawn in the dark, wasn't she, by the look of it? Silly girl. Yeah, she suffers a lot with her hands, with her rheumatoid arthritis. I mean, some days, I'm not being rude to Z, but some days she looks really puffy, doesn't she? It's probably the drugs and stuff she takes. I mean, I don't know what medication she's on. She doesn't really say, but I mean, she's, she's changed such a lot facially since I've been watching her I've been watching her for years, really, but she's really puffed up, all around here to what she used to be. It's not just that she's put on weight. I think it's something to do with her meds, yeah. I've known other people with rheumatoid arthritis that puff up like that. It's probably come some kind of steroids or something she's on. Because she goes for infusions or something, doesn't she, to the hospital, whatever they're infusing her with. Well, thankfully, I've never been on steroids except for a very short length of time at times in my life, but I've never been on long-term steroids. I believe they can mess your system up a lot. And some people have to take them. Sometimes the medication cure is worse than the illness, isn't it, sometimes? Yeah? No, I've only had short bursts of steroids. When you have something wrong with you and they give you one course. Then you take them for about a fortnight, don't you, or a month or something, and then you don't take them anymore. I've never been on them long term. I've had injections from time to time. I wish I could get the injections in my spine again, because, I mean, they didn't kill the pain, but my goodness, they helped a lot. But they keep saying they're not doing it. I know what it is. It's the cost. They keep saying, oh, they weren't beneficial. They were for me. I loved having my injections in my spine. They gave me a lot of relief from the pain, yeah. Oh, stop moaning about the heat, nerdy. Just send a bit over here. Yeah, Sue got them for longer in Scotland than I did, but even now she can't get them either. Oh, they make this. I mean, I went to the private clinic to have my hand done, as you know. And when I was there, the clinic there still did um, the injections, but not on the NHS. I would have to pay. Hello, Mr. Arkansas. Oh, you're just bragging, nerdy. We're freezing our butts off over here, and you're bragging because you're too hot. Well, we've still got winter to come. We've got the high winds and the rain. We've got floods and whatnot here. I mean, admitted it's not flooded here, but it has near Nathan. Oh, the heat is really good for my aches and pains. I think that's why I've been worse this year, because we've not really had a summer. You know, at least when you get a summer, your pain, it's like a pain relief. It's just wonderful. You know, your bones just get warmed. It does. I've got that SAD, you know, the sad. I'm as miserable as can be in the winter. When it's dark mornings and dark afternoons, I'm a misery. And yet when it's sunshine and bright, I feel so happy. You feel ill? No, I'm the reverse. I feel in a foul mood when it's bad weather and cold. And that's one thing we don't need in the US. We don't need, in the US, in the UK, we don't really need AC. I've never turned my fan on since I moved here. And yet when I was in Prestwich, I used to put my ceiling fan on all the time. So much colder by the sea. And this year's been particularly grotty. Summer, what summer? They've been promising us a heat wave all year. We've never had it yet. I've even got my socks on today, and that's rare for me. I don't normally wear socks. No danger of having a sunburn here this year. Bet the people who sell suntan oil have not done very well this year. We don't get consistency though, do we, Jean? We just get one day here and there. And you think, right, this is it, nice and warm, and then the day after it pours down. And you freeze. I think this is why you get these colds and bugs, is because you never know what's going to be one day to the next, you know. You get a couple of warm days and then you think, yeah, that's it now. And then back to square one again. That's my dishcloth so far. Ours is 10 degrees C. You get sick in the heat. I don't get sick in the heat, no. I should have been born somewhere else, I've decided. I think I was swapped at birth. My parents should have been born abroad. I should have been born in France or Spain or somewhere. The Stoic brought me. It's 10 degrees here. I don't know what it's like outside. It's 10 degrees here. Which is cold to me. You got a sunburn in Cleveland? No, I've not been sunburned for years, Linda. I've been to France, but not the south of France. I only got to Paris, which is not quite the same as going to France, yeah. You need to, well, don't come to England because it's permanently winter over here, love. You'd freeze to death over here. Plus, you'd be juggled to bits on the pavements because there's no dips in the pavements for your chair. You'd be jolted. My scooter's got really good suspension, but you wouldn't notice. When you're going, I mean, the pavements are not level here. You're going, uphill and down dale. Yeah, you get whiplash. You certainly would get whiplash in an electric chair here. It's like the bucking bronco sometimes when I'm on my scooter. Feel like I'm on a fairground ride. And it's well upholstered and it's well sprung. I would hate to be on a scooter that didn't have suspension. It's got a lovely big comfy seat as well, but it still hits you back. When you're going down the road, it's like ba-boom, 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 ba-boom. The seafront here is done in concrete and it's done in stretches of about 6 or 8 foot, and then there's a joining down it. Why it can't be level all the way along, I don't know. It's just like they laid, like one man with a wheelbarrow laid a little bit, and then another man with another wheelbarrow came and did another little bit. So there's like a little bit and there's a join and a little bit and a join. So when you're going along in a scooter, it's like ba-dum, 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 ba-dum. Where there's a blame, you try claiming round here, Nathan. Tell you what, if you didn't have a bad back before you started, you'd have one around here. I'm just not used to it. I'm not used to such shocking pavements. People say travel down the road, it's not much better. I don't know what they do with our road tax over here. I mean, I pay it technically. Well, they pay it for me. Because I've got to be insured or be taxed and insured on my scooter because it's roadworthy. So they pay for it for me, you know, in my rental. What they do with our road tax over here, I do not know. Probably buying Keir Starmer's wife some more dresses, yeah. Hi, Dottie. Well, I'm not keen on liver. I know it's supposed to be good for you, but bacon and mash, yeah. It's never been one of my favourites, liver. I don't hate it, but oh God, potholes. Oh, tell you, we can make swimming pools in our potholes around here. I don't remember the roads being as bad. I suppose there wasn't so much traffic when I was younger. I don't remember dirty great potholes like there is now. Well, the other day there was one bloke digging, 3 people watching. I thought it's got to be council on it. Got to be the council. 1 digging and 3 supervising, you know, all looking down the hole. I don't know whether it's the same in America, but that's what it seems to be like over here. Gosh, if I drank that, I'd be floating. I can't drink water. You get 3 talking over there, do you? Yeah, we get 3 watching and 1 digging. 3 supervising and 1 digging. That's what we get over here. My eyes would be floating if I drank that nearly. I cannot drink water at all. I don't know what there is about water, but I can drink cordial, I can drink other things, but not water. As my friend used to say, water's too thin. It is, it's thin, isn't it, water? When my son was a baby, you know, you're supposed to give them like boiled water, aren't you? He wouldn't, he would choke. I like sparkling water. I don't like plain. And I don't like tap water here. It's horrible. I used to drink tap water in Manchester, but not here. My son keeps trying to convince me it's the same water as Manchester, but it doesn't taste the same. You can taste chlorine or something in this water. Whatever it is, they've stuffed in it, but you can taste it around here. You'll float your kidneys. You drink too much water. No, that's one I don't like. I don't like the cherry. I'll eat proper cherries, but I don't like cherry flavoured anything. Is it nearly square enough? I don't know how big she wants a dishcloth, whether she wants big ones or just hand-sized ones. We've never had a discussion about the size of her dishcloths. Hi, Mimi. It's only just a simple stitch. It's what I like doing. In UK, it's 1 treble, 1 double crochet. I suppose in America, it's 1 double crochet, 1 single. I don't drink enough water. I just don't like it. I get told all the time, I've only got 43% kidney function at the best of times. So I'm supposed to drink a lot more water than I do. I just don't like it. I just cannot force it down me. It makes me gag. I don't know what there is about water. I've tried having a glass of water and sipping it slowly, you know, during the day to try and get my water content up. But it finishes up getting dust on it because I don't drink it. I used to always have a glass of water by my bed when I lived in Prestwich, but the cat used to drink it. I'd wake up and hear it, and the cat. No, it's tasteless. Well, it isn't tasteless here. It's chlorine. It's like drinking bleach. Hey, hello, excuse me. Thank you for my thumbs up. Not doing too badly today. I've got my thumbs up. So thank you for reminding everybody. It does make a difference. It makes no difference at all money-wise, but it makes a lot of difference in what they call raising your profile. If a lot of people do thumbs up and a lot of people, you know, watch you, then it helps YouTube to recommend me to other people. Yeah. That's why it's important that if you like somebody, to do the thumbs up, because if you like somebody, then, you know, other people might like that somebody too. Yeah, I used to have a Brita, but I kept forgetting to buy the The filters, they're quite expensive, aren't they, the filters? For those Brita things. I used to have one in the fridge. Thank you, Dottie. I know. I get told off all the time by my diabetes nurse, by my doctor. You should drink more water. Your kidney function's terrible. And I'm like, yeah, but it's been like that since I've been about 17, so, you know. Thank you, Dottie. It's not like it's a new event, you know, my kidney function being crap. I think I must have been born this way. They didn't test you back in the day. Now they're acting like it's just happened. No. I was told about it when I was about 17. Yeah. I used to keep forgetting to buy the filters, Nathan. I was terribly lazy. I think that's square. I think it's square enough. And then when I was moving here, I just got rid of the jug. So maybe I'll get another one. I don't know. They're not that expensive, are they? It's just the cartridges cost more than buying the whole filter thing. I mean, a friend of mine, she's got one of them taps, you know, in the kitchen. That you can do hot, you can have cold, you can have filtered, you can have all sorts of stuff. They're so expensive. You see the price of them? Ooh-wee. Yeah, it probably is cheaper to get the bottled water, but when you got a scooter, it's a bit hard to. I used to buy the 6, you know, 6 big bottles in a plastic thingamajig. When my niece used to take me what I used to call big shop every month, and I'd get the water then and put it in my trolley because she had the car, obviously. Um, you don't like filtered water? What you drink? Maybe your tap water's nice then. My tap water isn't nice. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40. There we go. No, it's not nice here. I mean, I'm tight and watching me pennies, so I would drink tap water if it was nice. I just really don't like it. My son said it tastes all right, but I don't like it. It just tastes, well, not quite swimming pool, but you know what I mean? You know, when you swallow water at the swimming bath, it tastes a bit like that. You have to put lots of cordial in it, you know. I need to start drinking it, something like that. Maybe I should start getting lemons, you know, fresh lemons and putting a slice of lemon in the water. Oh, it's 68. Oh, gosh. Nathan worked out how long I've been doing this. I think it's about 13 years, I think. It's either 11 or 13. I've forgotten how long. I need to start doing them again, but my plumbing, I can't get my camera to stay charged up. And if I can get my camera to stay charged up, it takes me all my time to upload it to the PC. I've just got out of the habit of doing it now because it's such a faff. Hopefully I'll maybe save up enough to get me a new computer or something. And a new camera. I've got a new camera, but it won't upload to this PC for some known reason. And then it told me that the file was corrupted, so I've just not bothered with it anymore. It's supposed to be the same camera as the one I've got, but it isn't. But this one, the little bit that you plug the thing into, started wiggling about and it won't stay charged up. You know, you never get one thing go wrong in your life, do you? You always get a few. You know, you think, oh, I'll save up for such a thing, and then something else goes wrong. So you're not saving up for one thing, you're saving up for two things. Never mind, it's Saturday night. I might have won a million on the lottery. All I win is a lucky dip. And then my lucky dip never wins any money. But some people don't even win a lucky dip, do they? I tend not to look until Sunday. I want to be pleasantly surprised. Well, of course, I'll look on Sunday and there's never an email. Or if it says, you have won a prize. And then I look and I have won a fiver. Yeah, my dad used to say that. You've got to be in it to win it. I'm in it, all right, Dotty, but I never win it. Yeah, you should have one problem. There should be a rule, shouldn't there? An unwritten law that you can only have one problem at a time. That they don't smack you with 3 or 4. And I need a filling, you know, so that's another thing as well. Oh, Denise is back, is she? I've got to watch the rest of Not Quite Enough, you know, by Leslie as well. And to see whether Stitched by Mrs. D has uploaded one today. She doesn't always when it's weekend, does she? Maybe I'll save them till tomorrow. And then I'll watch the Braggers on Sunday. Middle-aged minx. An alternative aging, bragging about what they've been, whatever. Oh, nearly be 13. I thought it was 13, yeah. Unlucky for some. I've not bought anything. The last dresses I've got off Shine, I was so disappointed with them. I sold all but one of them. I know they weren't expensive, but they just didn't look. Well, hiya, Shard. Wondered where you was. That's my necklace today. Well, you do on your holidays, don't you, Nathan? Well, I wouldn't know. I've not been on one for a long time, but you do put weight on. You've got to just enjoy your holiday. You can't be on a diet when you go on holiday. No, the flowery lights, I daren't put them on, Dotty, because I'm having trouble with computer and they're using the same plug as my computer. So I'm not tempting fate. Funny enough, since I stopped putting my lights on, the computer started stopping on. So I don't know whether it's a coincidence that they're sharing the same plug. So I'm not pushing my luck with it, Dotty. Plus the fact it gets on my wick going. You don't hear it, I do. It gets on my nerves. No, it seems funny that the computer stays on better when the lights are not on. So I don't know whether it's something about them sharing the same plug that they don't like it. Don't know. Don't know. else hate doing the first row. I was watching a lady, she's from Israel, she's called Crochet Objet, and she was saying that in Israel there isn't a different word for crochet and knitting. You just say the same word with one needle or with two needles. That sort of distinguishes whether it's knitting or crochet. But she was saying, she says cast on even though she's crocheting because she doesn't know if there's another word. I mean, what do you say? Do you say chain on when you start a project? I tend to still say I'm casting on. I don't know whether you do or not when you crochet. Yeah, it's nice, that jewel spun. I haven't used it, but I've seen it. Yeah, I don't think I've used it. Oh, Mrs. D's uploaded one, actually. Yeah, I tend to say it sounds funny saying chain on, though, doesn't it? Cast on sounds okay, but yeah, binding off, yeah. But I mean, what do you say when you're starting? You just say make a turning chain, don't you? Really, make a chain. But like with Denise, when she's doing anything, she calls it a cast on party, doesn't she? I don't know whether she means crochet as well as knitting. Yeah, they used to call casting off in knitting bind off. You don't see it so much now. It's more an older term, I think. I've never mastered that. Is it 3-needle bind off or something? I think Denise has used it on a shawl. I'm like, it takes me all my time to cast off using 2 needles. I don't know. I could do it with 3-needle bind off. I think Stephen West uses a lot of funny casts on and casts off, doesn't he? Not that I've ever used any of his patterns. Because we've said this before, I can't use a circular needle, so knitted shawls are kind of out for me because I can't get enough stitches on my needles. Yeah, it makes a different edge, I think, that 3-needle bind off. No, I've heard of it, but I've never actually done it. I saw a YouTube video the other day from that passionate Kelsey, and she was in a retreat with some other friends. And there was one there, and she was doing this cast off, and she had a sewing needle. I don't know. She wasn't grafting, but she was doing something weird with this sewing needle she was casting off, and I thought, that's odd. Not seen that before. I think it was to make like a stretchy cast off, so that it didn't go too tight. I mean, when I'm knitting socks, I cast on with 2 needles together like that, so that the cast on isn't tight. And I cast them all on one needle, and then I divide them, when I'm doing socks, so that the cast on's not too tight at the top. And I've done cast off on a bigger needle as well to stop it going too tight. But I've never done the 3-needle bind off, no. Grafting, I always have to look at a YouTube video. I always forget how you graft. When you do the toe of a sock. And I've done quite a few, but I can never remember in my head. The sequencing over, through, off, whatever. My mum used to graft the shoulders. When you knit something, you knit the back and the 2 fronts. She used to graft across the shoulders so that it didn't look as though it had a seam. Well, that's what I'm doing now. I'm not using the extension lead anymore, but I have to when I plug that other light in. I've not done the cable cast on. I only do the thumb cast on. That's the only one I've done. I've never mastered, well, I can do it where you go in between the two stitches to cast on. Well, that's what that young woman must have been doing, Linda. She had she had a darning needle with the cast off. I didn't take much notice of what, I've got hiccups now, what she was doing. But I can't knit shawls because I can't use a circular needle. And obviously you can't fit enough stitches on a pair of needles to do a shawl. One of the girls at Knit Club, oh, she's beautiful knitter. She just did a shawl in like a blue colour, fine and all lacy. It was absolutely beautiful. I just do not have the patience for anything like that. I mean, when I went to the last Yarndale, whatever it was, there was a shawl there. I was just in awe looking at it. Ah, yeah, Stitched by Mrs. D's done one. Dear Design's done one, yeah. Looking for my photos now. As usual, I cannot find them. Gallery. Maybe it's in the gallery. I like straight needles, I really do, yeah. Gosh, it must be way, way back. Way, 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 way back. Where I've got a picture of a llama and everything. Can I find it? Can I not? No, I can't. Whenever you're looking for something in your photographs, you can never find it, can you? Yeah, I can't find it. Well, I know I took a photograph of it because I was so enamoured with it. No, it's not there. And I was... I was, I found the pictures of those. Jane Crow. Those fantastic blankets she does. I did buy the book, but I gave it to my friend in the end. I just couldn't do it. I haven't got the patience. Right. I have not got the patience. What are you doing, Janet? What are you doing? Stop it. Stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. Do, 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 do. Eternally, I'll be loving you. Oh, I could be here all day. Why can you not look at the... Why do I have to do them one at once? Oh, talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves. I can't go that far back. Truth. Well, it was before Christmas. We've got as far as Christmas here. You're talking to yourself, Donny? Yeah, I know. I talk to myself all the time. Best way to be, Dotty. You get all the best answers when you talk to yourself. I'm trying to find a picture of that lovely shawl. I can't find it. Not my shawl, by the way. Talking about a shawl that I saw. I can't find it. And I know I took a photograph of it, but probably find in the end I don't find it at all. Pictures of the dogs and everybody. Pictures of everybody. Pictures of the last craft show I did. That's come back some while ago, isn't it? Lord above, have I got a lot of pictures on here? And I haven't got it. I haven't got the show. Can't find it. Sorry about that. Thought I had it, but obviously I don't anymore. It was a beautiful knitted shawl, but it's not there now. I think my phone deletes things itself when it gets too many photographs. It just says, take that one off. She's not looked at that for a bit. You get other pictures I don't remember ever taking and seem to be there forever. And you're thinking, when did I take that photograph? I don't remember. It's like the ones that come up in your memories on Facebook and you're thinking, what's that? They show you things and you're like, what is that? I don't remember that. But that's not surprising, is it? Not surprising. My friend Sarah's going to do a craft fair at Christmas. I'm not. She's been busy doing some like Christmas tree things. Off little cones. She made little Christmas trees about that big. Oh, God, I've got an itchy nose. No, I've decided it's not for me anymore. Craft fairs, I've given them up. It was a bad job. I need to start doing something though, because I've got a big pile of baby cardigans now I've been knitting. I told you I've been using all my oddballs up to knit and crochet little baby things. I need to either stick them on eBay or somewhere. But we're back to the old situation, aren't we? The camera. I take photographs with my phone and it alters all the colours. So what do you do? So I used to have a brilliant photo editing. It was on Windows 10. It was brilliant. It was free and it was great. On Windows 11, no, they take it off. And not only do you have to buy a new thing, you have to pay for it every month. And I'm like, no, I'd rather pay for an app, one off, pay for it one off, than have it all the time. Because I don't use it that often. I don't want to pay £9.99 a month for some blooming app. Just to change, to the shades of things that I've taken photographs of. But this other one, this photo thing, whatever it was, it used to be brilliant. But no, it's all pay for this, pay for that. She does, doesn't she? She sort of attracts the right kind of clients, I don't really, yeah. I've put my baby things sometimes on Instagram and on Facebook, and I said they're for sale, but does anybody ask me? Yeah, they don't. I think Sheila's got a good reputation for doing her knitted things, you see, so people ask her, don't they? But then again, you know, I don't really want orders, so that puts me in a different position than Sheila does. Sheila will take an order. Somebody will say, I want a 22-inch cardigan in rosebud, and she'll do it, you know. Whereas I'm a bit more spasmodic than that. I just want to sell what I've already made. I found taking orders was very stressful for me. You know, having to do things for a certain time in a certain colour, certain pattern, certain way. I'm not that dedicated. I just couldn't work that way. Especially when, you know, I got all the very, very large ladies. When I used to be able to send things to America. The very, very large ladies wanting things in like black and brown, and I'm like, oh God, no. And then they'd be asking me, is it done yet? Is it done yet? You know, how long does it take you? You know, it's like twice round the gasometer, dear. You know, you're too big. Oh yeah, that's silk. Oh God, I could not crochet that silk. This woman had paid £11 a ball for this stuff, and it slithered and it slipped, and I could not crochet it. And she got quite abusive. She said, "That's what you call yourself, a crocheter." In the end, I just sent it all back to her. I said, find somebody else to do it. It would not stay in tension. It just slid all over the place. It was just awful. It was like trying to crochet with tripe. Oh, she thought she was it, didn't she? I wouldn't mind, but she was a motivational speaker. I thought, well, you weren't very motivational for me, were you? Called me all the names under the sun. Told me I was rubbish. How motivational was that? I mean, I'm not the best crocheter in the world, but I'm not that much of a rubbish crocheter. You should not have taken the commission if you couldn't do it. Oh, I didn't know you were going to send me slippy wool. A lady who asked me to crochet her this fantastical sweater in this silk yarn that she'd paid £11 a ball for, and we're talking tiny balls, yeah. And I could not crochet it for love nor money. It just slithered about all over the place. I couldn't get my tension. I changed my hook. I did everything. And I'm never one to call a defeat on it, but could I crochet it? No. And she really berated me and told me I shouldn't call myself a crocheter if I couldn't do anything like that. She thought I was experienced, blah de blah. She was really horrible. So I just sent her the whole lot back and said, don't bother contacting me again. Who's sending me messages now? Oh, it's Val. Rosie's coming and gone on the settee. Val sent me a lovely picture. It wasn't the one I was thinking of, but this is the one that my friend had done. That's the one that the lady at the knit club had done, if you can see it. How pretty that is. She's such a fantastic knitter. Unlike me. Unlike moi. Rosie's come in and sat on the sofa. I think she's supposed to be going to bed, but she's decided she's not. It was just the way that she's like a motivational speaker and, you know, supposed to motivate people to doing things, and the way she called me all the names under the sun wasn't very nice of her. I didn't charge her for anything. I just sent it all back. I didn't even charge her for the postage to send it all back. You're thinking of getting a cat? I like cats, but we couldn't have a cat with our Rosie. She'd make its life a misery. I had a cat when I had Buster. He tolerated it. He didn't like the cats, but he tolerated it. Yeah. Oh, she's going again. I think she's gone again. I think I can shut the door now. I think she's gone. She's probably gone in my bed now. She has. Gone in my bedroom instead. Oh, I don't know where that spider's gone. That's what I'm more worried about. It's a big spider and all. It's not a little spider, it's a big one. Oh, I think it's awful when people dump animals. Yeah, and they don't want to pay you either, Jean. Think you do it for fun. In the good friends, I've made all sorts of things for people, for not charged for. But, but when you're kind of doing it, I don't say as a business, because you don't get paid for things. The hours and stuff you put into things, you don't get paid. I mean, Sheila doesn't get paid for all the hours she puts into things, making things. She gets some money, but she doesn't make a fortune, does she? But I mean, people think that you shouldn't charge. I got told, yeah, I thought you were retired. I thought it was your hobby. I didn't realise you charged. Like, I'm not professional. I don't do it for a living, if you're with me, but you still like to be recompensed for your time and your effort and things like that. Yeah, they never, if they don't crochet on it, they've no idea how much the raw products cost. They'll say things like, kind of have it in merino or alpaca, or can I have it in organic cotton because I'm a vegan and stuff like that. And you're like, do you realise how much it costs to get organic cotton? It's they just don't understand. They see things in Primark, don't they, or something. I mean, Primark had some little crochet, like what I call the boho, not boho tops, like the festival tops. They're a bit bigger than a bra. But, Primark had some of them in for about £7. And I'm thinking, you couldn't even get the cotton, to make one for that. And, people see them in Primark and think that's what they've cost, £7. I don't know who got paid pennies to do them. I mean, people say you can machine knit crochet, but you can tell the difference. There is a machine that sort of simulates crochet, but when you look at the back of it, you can tell it's not. It's like a funny knitting, yeah. Yeah, there are other people who realise and value. Oh, she's back. You're back again. We should make your mind up, Rosie. Oh gosh, I know animals cost a fortune, don't they? That's what puts me off having another animal. You know how much they cost. Even to get insurance these days, it's quite a lot a month, isn't it? I mean, it's like my friend said, you should put so much away each month for your animals, but you never do you? Because you never seem to have it left over. Like have a cat or a dog fund. I mean, when our Rosie came on heat the first time, she was so poorly. She was backwards and forwards. I mean, she's been done now, because we didn't want another season like that. She was so ill. I mean, she was unlucky. I've never known a dog be so poorly. She had to go back and back and back to the vets. I mean, you could understand, and why people well not neglect the dogs. That's just cruel. But why people can't afford, to have the dogs backwards and forwards to the vets. But the vets are just, tell us what's in your bank account and we'll just take it all. Yeah. Yeah, Rosie's been fixed now. She won't have any puppies. I don't think Trixie's been. No, she's not been done yet, Trixie. But she's sailed through her season. She's never had a bit of trouble with them. We don't want to breed off her, but she's just not been fixed yet. I mean, she has got a boyfriend if we decide to breed her, but I don't think they will. They're not very good at giving birth, French bulldogs. They sometimes finish up with caesarean sections, which is very expensive. Something to do with her having bigger pups and not being built for giving birth, if you know what I mean. Mm. Rosie's curled up on the sofa. She's decided she's staying here for the time being. She likes to sleep on the sofa. She makes it her bed. And if I'm not in bed, she sleeps on my bed. But as soon as I get in bed, she gets off. She doesn't want to sleep with me. Trixie, on the other hand, she wants to sleep with me, but Buster, no. Buster. Rosie, no. Well, she's flat out now. Flat out asleep. Oh, how nice. Thank you, Jean. I'm overloaded. I've got so many. I've had to stop making myself things because I've got so many. There's lots of things I think I would love to make that. I think, Janet, you've got too many. The trouble is I have trouble parting with them even when they pass the best. I find it very difficult to. Because I don't think the charity shops want the hand-knitted things, the hand-crocheted things. I don't think they want them, if you give them. Because you never see any on the rails, do you? I've been doing, like, say, baby cardigans with the odd ones and twos I've got. Apart from that, really, it's only granny squares, isn't it? Because I'm not into, like you say, toys and amigurumis, which people, you know, there's only so many mittens and hats you can make, isn't there? I mean, I made a pile of hats to sell at the craft shows and they didn't sell. I can't say I've seen any, not even grotted blankets in in the charity shops here. I've got so many cardigans, Jane, and so many tops that I've just stopped at the moment making anything for myself. It's like, where do you store them? I was watching another young lady, she's a knitter. Can't remember who she was now, but she was showing around the house that she's just moved into. And she said she had 90 sweaters. She had this great big massive wardrobe with shelving in it. And she had 90 sweaters, I think, or sweaters and cardigans. Handmade, yeah. I think they were mostly knitted. And I thought, that's me, really. I probably have got about 90. Yeah, having a hexi cardigan, yeah. The last one I made was that one that's everybody likes, the one that's white with the bright jazzy colours in it. Purple, white and peppermint green. Ooh. It's funny, when I met Linda in Cleveland, we both had hexi jackets on. She had one in pastel colours and I had one in bright colours. We were both sat there wearing the same thing. But she took hers off because she was warm. I kept mine off because I wasn't. A trip down memory lane. What's Diane posted? Oh, the Kinks. Come dancing. Yeah, I've got two of them. I've never worn that red one, do you know? That red Doris Chan swirl one I made. Never worn it. I don't even know where it is. It's in the cupboard somewhere. That's the trouble, you see. I make things because I like them and then I never wear them. There's a couple of things that I've made that are new and I've never worn yet. And yet some of my favourite ones, I wear them over and over and over again. And yet others I make and then I never seem to wear them. Don't know why. You know, nothing wrong with them. It's just I just don't kind of wear them. Hey ho, hi ho. What's my happiest time making something? The hexagon jacket that I made in the white with the um, boho spirit, the bright colour. That was the one that I enjoyed making the most. Hi ho, it's off to work we go. But in my case, no, it's not. I don't know I ever found time to go to work. Couldn't do it now, it would kill me. You know, getting up at whatever, 6 o'clock, getting a shower, getting my hair, getting myself sorted, ironing my clothes, putting the washer on, pegging them outside if it was a nice day before I even got to work. I don't know how I did it. Leaving work at 8 o'clock, driving all down the road to Salford. You just get in the routine, don't you? No, I was singing hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hum. Yeah, I know the charity shops, well, labelled round here, they're probably Primark. I know they like things with, they don't like homemade things, you know. You know, if you make homemade dresses and that, they don't like it because there's no size on it. That's why I've never given me knitted things to the charity shop. I just don't know what to do with them when I don't want them. And you can't really unravel them because they're fluffed up, aren't they, usually? They're all not felted together, but you know what I mean. I unravelled one cardigan one time because my friend was making cat blankets for charity, so I unravelled one of my jumpers and gave her the bits to crochet blankets for the cats. I've just put a pink cardigan, a bright pink one that's miles too big for me. And I thought, what do you do with it? I mean, I put it in the charity bag, but you know it's not going to do anything. They'll probably throw it. Maybe I should try to unravel it. At least make a cat blanket or something. Yeah, I know. My friend does art, and she finding that she used to be able to sell her art, but at the moment she's not selling anything. But art is an acquired taste. What some people think are lovely, others don't like, you know. I think it's really personal, isn't it? What kind of pictures you want for your wall. You know, I look at them sometimes in the charity shops and I think, nah, too chocolate boxy. I mean, I don't like modern art, I must admit I don't, but I'm not into abstract at all. But I'm not quite liking, you know, the hay Wayne or something like that. Yeah, well, she's finding that the ones she's making, she doesn't sell and nobody wants them. But as I say, what she thinks is absolutely wonderful, other people don't agree. You know, I think it's a very personal thing, art. You know, I mean, most artists, if you think about it, they don't really become famous until after they've died, do they? A lot of them, you know, they sort of literally starved in a garret, didn't they, when they were actually doing the paintings? But it's only later on that they suddenly sell things. I mean, I don't think even Lowry made any money while he was actually painting. But I'm no good at painting or anything. I just don't have the knack. I wouldn't know where to start, you know. I don't think I can express myself. You know, some people say, oh, you should just let the work. I've never been that confident, that good, or whatever. Never been that good at drawing. The most I ever managed was doodling daisies and cats and things for my son when he was little. Draw me a dog, draw me a cat. But even then he was quite critical. Is that a horse? Is that a dog? What is it, Mum? Okay, so your mum's not that brilliant at drawing. I've never sort of had the urge, you know, to get a set of watercolours or get a set of oil paints and sit there with my easel. And America's got a primer. Oh, how wonderful. Primani. There's one in Blackpool I've never been. Yeah, my friend who's the artist, she does a lot of this modern art and that, but I'm not really into it. I can't say that to her, but I'm just not. I mean, I'm not into chocolate boxy painting, but I'm just not into modern art. I just like something. If I know I like it, but it's not very often. I mean, I walked all around. I think we were in IKEA and looked at the paintings there. I didn't like any of them. There wasn't one of them I'd actually put on my wall. I think it's something that you either know you like it the minute you see it, or you don't you? All right, night, Connie. Yeah, I won't be on for much longer. Be another 15 minutes or so, and then I'll be going to bed. Look, Rosie's flat out there. Yeah, yeah. I don't mind like a sunset or trees or something, but I don't like it when the kind of scary faces and things. I'm not into that really. I never got Picasso at all. With his sort of sideways half of a face and that. He might be worth a small fortune, but I wouldn't want it on my wall. As I say, it's very much a personal taste, isn't it? I think artwork. It's like sculpture and that, isn't it? I like my sculptures to be recognisable, not like blobs of concrete with holes in. And it says mother and baby. And you're like, where's the mother? Where's the baby? All I can see is a lump of concrete with a hole in it. I can't see that at all. Well, they're in a relationship. Well, it wouldn't surprise me. He accepted all that blinking clothing, didn't he, for his wife? Well, that Lord Alley does bat for the other side, doesn't he? It just gets me. Oh, yeah, he's well known, that Lord Alley. He's definitely not a secret. I mean, they're all in it for themselves, taking well, not bribes, but gifts. I mean, what are they but bribes? That's what they used to call it, isn't it? A bribe. Yeah, I know it gets me annoyed. And they're claiming this, that, and the other, and I get so mad. Subsidised meals, subsidised drinks. Shouldn't be drinking when they're on duty in the Houses of Parliament. Oh, it is bribes, isn't it? Whichever way you look at it, gifts, bribe. I I mean, why should you have subsidised alcoholic drinks when you're supposed to be working? You're supposed to be governing the country. You shouldn't be drinking blooming wine and God knows what. You worked in an office for a private company, they wouldn't want you. The drinks trolley coming round wouldn't have a bottle of wine on it, would it? You might get tea and coffee if you're lucky, but... Oh, yeah. They're all in it for themselves. I don't care what party they're in. I've said this before. They promise you the world. Vote for me, I'll give you this, that and the other. As soon as they're in, oh, did I say that? Really? Did I really? I don't remember saying that at all. And I'm not just talking about Labour, I'm talking about anybody. They're all alike. I'm not a staunch anything, if you know what I mean. I'm not saying it's this fault, that fault, their fault, anybody's fault. They're all as bad. I'm all right, Jack. I'm a man of the people. Which people are we talking about? I stopped being political a long time ago. I stopped supporting any party a long time ago. I think they call it apathetic. Is it called apathy? And you can't make your mind up what you want to vote for because they're all the flipping same. You know, people say, oh, you know, the suffragettes chained themselves for railings so you could have a vote. And I'm like, yeah, but I don't know who I'm going to vote for because they're all the flipping same. Yeah, there should be a thing at the bottom. You know, you're voting. Do you vote Conservative? Do you vote Labour? Do you vote Liberal? There should be one at the bottom saying, they're all the flipping same. I'm not voting. Not voting for any of this shower. Can I abstain? And my friend said there should have been one saying none of this lot at the bottom. Who are you voting for? None of this lot. Well, at least we don't have all the rah, rah, rah bluff that they have in America. Oh, dear. I think they all go quiet about this time of night, don't they? They all come back on to say goodbye. When I say I'm going in a few minutes' time, they'll say, oh, yeah, bye now. I think they all nod off in between. Are you there, Chris? You haven't nodded off. What have you been cooking today, Chris? What have you made for your tea? Or your dinner or whatever, or your lunch? Yeah, I've been a bit off all week. Sheila's been a bit off all week. Somebody else was a bit off all week. Crochet Roxy's been off all week. Nathan's took the dog for a walk or a swim as your flood disappeared. You're still up as well, Jane. It's just everybody suddenly goes quiet and then you feel like you're talking to yourself for ages, yeah. I want to stay in bed tomorrow, but I know I won't. I've got things to do. I wake up in the morning and you have a few minutes where you don't hurt and you lay there in bed thinking, I'm actually in quite a comfortable position and I just don't hurt. And then your bladder says, you've got to get up, don't it? You've been in the oven. Ooh. 7 inches off your hair. How long is your hair, Chris? Bear in mind, I've never seen a photograph of you except that teeny weeny little one you've got on your profile. That's about that big and doesn't expand. Still in your mid back? Mine won't grow, mine's dropping out. Mine wouldn't grow if I tried. It used to grow right down my back when I was younger. I've bleached it too often. Well, not bleached it, but blonded it too often. You could do with doing my hair. Mine's falling out because I blonde it too much. My son shaves his head. Not that he's got a lot of hair anyway. He shaves his now. Mine's as thin as can be. There's hardly anything there. It's like cotton wool fluff. I've got hardly any hair anymore. I think once you start, well, it's not bleach, is it? They say it's not bleach. It's not got ammonia in it, but colouring your hair does wreck your hair. I think it's wrecked now. I think if I didn't even... How long is it? It's about here to my shoulders, just about, but it's very thin. It's transparent. You can see through it, my hair. It used to be right down my back. But I know if I went to the hairdressers, they'll cut it all off and I don't suit it. My hair's too thin. You've got to eat. Well, I'll probably be gone when you come back, so bye-bye for now, nerdy. No, mine won't grow anymore now. As I say, I've just wrecked it over the years. But I just don't want to be grey. And to be quite honest, I think if I let it go grey, I don't think it'd be any thicker. It might recover if I grew it out, but it's such dark grey and I hate it. If it was silver grey or white, I'd let it grow out, but it's so dark, man. It's like a very dark browny grey. I'm like Lily Savage when it grows out. I just can't deal with that colour. I think like grey, the dark grey is very aged. Light grey is lovely. Silver's lovely. But that dark grey is just aging. And I'm not ready to be aged. I still think I'm 25 in the head. I just kid myself I'm a blonde bombshell. I'm not really. I'm probably a dark grey old lady. But I'm not ready to be that. I do say I'm going to grow it out, and then it gets to about 2 inches, and I think, no, No, I can't do it. I just can't do it. It's just not me. When I dyed it the other week and the wrong dye was in the box, it went that horrible, horrible grey, and everybody kept saying, "Oh, it suits you." It was horrible. And I felt so depressed. And the more people kept telling me I looked lovely, I hated it. I just felt like wearing a hat, chopping it off. It did look better on the video than it actually looked. In real life, it looked awful. It was all patchy and blotchy. It was like blue in bits and grey in other bits. It was horrible. And everybody kept saying, "Oh, it looks so much better than it does normally." And I'm like, "No, it doesn't. It's awful." I was so depressed that everybody liked it. I was like, when can I go back to blonde? I got the same colour that I normally always ever get. All I can say is they must have put the wrong dye in the box. It wasn't me. It was depressing me, Jane. The more people told me I suited it, the more depressed I got. It's like, do you really see me as this old lady with grey hair? Well, that's the reason why I started going blonde, Dottie, because my own colour is so dark that it doesn't suit me. No, it sounds stupid. It's your own hair colour, but it doesn't suit me. It makes me look ill. Everybody kept asking me. It looked much better on camera, Chris, than it did in real life. It was awful. I mean, I said to people in real life, "What do you think of it?" They kept saying, "Oh, God, no, Jan, it's not you. Just not you. Get it back to blonde." The camera lighting sort of shone it pale, yeah, but it wasn't. It was patchy. It was like a bit of blue here, a bit of grey there. It was, oh, God, it was a mess, Chris. It just was not nice. It looked that on camera. I'll give it you that. I've looked at my videos and it looked okay on camera, but ugh. Brown, oh my God, Chris, Nathan, no. It's just, I look ill. I look ill. I have got a photograph of me wearing a wig, actually, and you can tell how ill I look. The cardi coming out, it's like a, this is emerald green, it's not, is it? I've got a photograph of me. Oh, Amora says that Aldi has got the cakes of yarn in case anybody's interested. I'm trying to see with the, I had a wig on in one photograph, and it's like darker than I am. Oh, it was terrible. I saved it in case I ever get a mannequin. I look absolutely ill. Why can't I find anything on this flipping phone? Oh, there it is. Look at that. I look old and horrible. Look at that. How horrible do I look? Oh, do I look pale? Well, you see now what I look. That's not even brown. That's darker. But look at that, how pale and yeah, horrible, isn't it? Ugh, that's how I look in darker hair. Ugh. Yeah, she's my uh, mum's brother's daughter, the girl from Australia. Yeah, yeah. My friend was a makeup artist, and she said like before this, I mean, they probably couldn't get away with it now, with the HD cameras and all that. But they used to use like a sellotape and God knows what and gaffer tape and all sorts, to lift the faces up. You probably see it now, these new high definition tellies. Yeah, yeah. I look ill with darker hair, don't I? I just look ill. That's how come I went blonde in the first place because I was sick of everybody asking me did I feel poorly. My face went paler and my hair was still dark brown. My real natural colour is absolutely really dark brown. We're talking really, really dark brown. There's some of my older pictures on Facebook where my hair is really dark brown. I suited it when I was younger, but as I grew older, I didn't suit, my face. I don't wear that. I don't wear lots of makeup now. No. Well, you can tell with the baggy eyes, can't you? I just have a little bit of. It's not even foundation, really. It's that one that they advertise on the telly with the rosy glow. Makes you look a bit pinker than you really are, but it's not thick or anything. It's just like tinted foundation, I think. Yeah. What are you doing, Rosie? What's you doing? She's going making a real noise. Oh yes, I've watched those makeup channels, some of them, where they do shading and everything, and they make them look as if they've got narrow noses, don't they? And that. Can you hear Rosie? Yes. She's like chattering her teeth together. Oh, I tell you who I. Oh, that program. Who do you think you are? It was Gemma Collins, and I don't know when they filmed it, but she was really plump. On one of her, she was talking. She'd absolutely no makeup on at all. Lord, she looked a bit rough. And her mum's massive, absolutely massive. Her mum. I thought you can see why she's, a big girl. I don't know when they filmed it, but she definitely was a. And they keep saying she's lost all this weight, but I couldn't see it in that. If you get a chance to watch, who do you think you are? She definitely wasn't size 12. But I couldn't believe what she looked like without any makeup on. Definitely a bit ropey. Oh dear. I mean, none of us look beautiful without makeup. I don't use a lot of makeup, but if I don't put my eyes on, I've got Miss Piggy eyes. I fade into obscurity. No, well, it's not really. It's just a kind of they have it in America as well as they have it over here. It's called Who Do You Think You Are? And they go back into their parents, to see where they were from. No, it's Who Do You Think You Are? Well, they had Gemma Collins on Thursday. The week before that, it was Ollie Murs. And then they've done Paddy McGuinness. I don't know who else was in this week, this last set. Yeah, I always like watching it. Yeah, I find it quite interesting. If they went back in mine, they wouldn't find anybody at all. Oh, God, she was enormous. I thought she'd lost weight. And her mum, I couldn't believe how big her mum was. She was ginormous. But it was most of it when she had no makeup on, you know. Her skin was awful. Yeah. No, you shouldn't criticise people, but oh, God. It was a shock, because normally you see her, she's probably filtered and God knows what on the telly, isn't she? Yeah, done. I did a grey one, but the grey one's only small because I ran out of cotton. I hadn't got any more grey. So I just had to finish it off short. Yeah, to finish that one off a bit little. Because I ran out of cotton. Can you hear it? Go, I don't know what she's doing. Yeah, I don't mind Gemma if she's big. She's big. But it's the fact that they keep saying, oh, she's so slim and she's lost all this weight. And I'm looking at her thinking, well, when did they film that? Because she certainly hasn't lost any weight. She looked about size 22, not 12. They keep saying, look how slim she is. And I'm like, where? No, she's not slim at all. Yeah, I like cotton dishcloths. My daughter-in-law doesn't, so I haven't made any. But my niece has requested some, so that's why I'm making them. I'm making them for my niece. So, right, I'm going to be going to beddy bows now. I shall leave our Rosie. Maya Nathan sent me a video of her advertising some dog food or something. She looked massive on there. No, it's not on there. It must have been on Instagram. Hi. I mean, look at that. She's not exactly slim, is she? Hi. I'm Gemma Collins, animal activist, TV personality, mean queen, humanitarian, and diva. Mark? I'm big girl by the look of it. On that programme, she had a T-shirt on and he had great big ruffled sleeves. And I'm thinking, no, if you're a big girl, don't wear anything like that. She's gone again. Yeah, when you sent me that thing of Gemma Collins with that black shiny suit on, Well, I've managed to keep these on. Couldn't do it with that hand, or couldn't crochet with them on. Hair extensions, yes, she had a scrappy little ponytail in that. Who do you think you are? Right, pulling them off. There we go. Fingers. Oh God. See, they've kept me knuckle down. Kept it okay. Oh, they've all got hair extensions, don't they? Yeah, it's kept my finger from hurting. So they've done the good thing. I can't sleep in them though. But yeah, it's kept me. I mean, last week, do you remember that little? Oh, see, it's sore now. I've moved it. It kept triggering. That little finger kept triggering when I was crocheting and knitting. Do you know I don't lose stud on my bag of crisps, but there's not one. Look at the size of them. I think somebody stepped on the bag. Oh, yeah, it's all falling off though. All the ends of them are falling off because I've been doing some work. I don't like gel paint though. What, darling? Hello. Hello, beautiful. Hello. She don't know what ails her. I never watch Big Brother. I don't watch things like that. You know me on reality TV. Don't do it. There's no big crisps in here. Look at the bits. It's like dust. I swear somebody stood on me. Somebody stood on my bag. Not me. I mean, when it was in the warehouse. Right, girls and boys. Rosie's come back again. That girl, she's been in and out. She's like a blooming yo-yo. Right, I'm going to go take this little bit of hair down. I've got no hair at all. See what I mean? That's the only bit I've got. A little tuft. Well, I shall see. And I bet this camera hasn't charged up at all. Oh, it's saying it's 3/4. So I might be able to take some photos with it. You never know, you look. I have to keep wiggling. See, I have to wiggle it like to get the red light to shine. I have to stand there and hold it like that. When I let go, it just goes off again. Yeah, it's interesting, Chris. I love that lady. She kind of half lived her life as if she was in the 1950s. Her house is like old-fashioned, and she's talking. I've got it's not the actual cord, Chris. It's the bit in the phone in the camera. That bit's the woggly bit. I bought 2 new leads thinking it was my lead, but it's the actual, the bit there, that bit there that was wiggling. It's gone slack or something. So there's not a lot you can do with that. I bought me, as I say, if I hold it like that, it comes on, and if I let go, it just goes off. Yeah. Oh, I never have an easy problem. Yeah, it's the connection inside that's gone woggly. I think over time, because it's an old camera now, that it is. It's like me getting old. I've tried putting elastic bands, I've tried sellotaping it. I've tried all things, Chris. Well, I can't open it. I daren't open it. I'd make a right pig's ear of it if I opened it. And I've got another camera, but that doesn't work at all on this PC. It just won't. It just keeps saying, "Oh, you're still here, Val. I thought you'd gone." Everybody's going to bed now. I'm going to bed anyway. Thank you all for your company. I'm going to beddy bows now. And yeah, yeah, I can't do things like that, Chris. We're talking, you're talking technical. Anyway, good night, everybody. Thanks for your company, and hopefully I'll see you later in the week. Hopefully. I keep saying that, but I never do make a video, do I? So you'll probably see me next Saturday night. Okay, bye now. Bye.